Then tell, like you just listening to those bars from
Black Thought,
exactly.
50 years of hip hop.
It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of commemorative pieces. What was that for?
He just did that for BET, just dropping down the whole. I guess he went from the beginning to now. He even had something about Takeoff. You know what I
Wow.
mean? I mean, Black Thought. He just put it together. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, there wouldn't be a Cardi B or Nicki Minaj if it wasn't for Salt and Pepper.
Right.
Like I like how he gets down, so I just had to hear it real quick, and I'm gonna listen to it again. Cause I know he had a lot to say. He even talked about 8 Mile, and he said another street. And I know 8 Miles in Detroit. I think I'm figuring the other street is in the Bronx where it started.
What, Cedric and Cedar?
Nah, it wasn't Cedric and Cedar.
Okay.
It was something. It was another subtle to R.
Okay.
But my point is, I know he got a lot of hidden, a lot to unpack from that verse, right? From that 4 minutes. He gave him 4 minutes. Before he did 10 minutes on Hot 97.
Right.
With Funk Flex, he just gave you 4 minutes just now. I just know there's a lot to unpack in that. You know what I mean?
Nah, the roots and Black Thought, them guys are like incredible musicians, artists. I mean, they perform live all over the world. They masters, 10,000 hours plus in their craft.
Facts.
Can't do nothing but salute anybody that has that type of commitment to be able to be the best. Sash, man, it's about that, man. Straight up and down. Shouts out to them. Shouts out to Warren Buffett. Shouts out to Bill Gates.
Wow.
Shouts out to Jay-Z. Everybody that's getting it in like that.
Yeah. Jay-Z got that 700. I think he was talking about the other time. 700 billion, right? From that Bacardi closure, they closed it, and he walked away with 700 million on top of what he got right now. So he's recognized as the richest black.
700 million, right?
Yeah.
750. Yeah.
Yeah, he's recognized as the richest black artist or hip hop artist on the planet right now. You know what I mean? I don't know how true is that, because you got some guys that got some serious money in Nigeria,
right,
and as well as Japan and China. You know what I mean? So I don't know how real that is, but they're giving them accolades right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it's about Forbes has to go into your books. They actually have to go into your books. They have like a CPA. They get with your people, and they investigate, assets, so on and so forth. So that's why, like there's a few African millionaires and billionaires. Like one guy, he's like, I'm a billionaire, but I mean, they have their own way of looking through the assets. So
right.
Yeah, definitely. So I agree. Definitely in China. Sure, you got some guys getting to it, and they don't really know about, can't get into their books the same way. That's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely. Hey, Biden in Poland discussing NATO and the war. It's kind of interesting, you know what I mean? Because I think we're kind of used to being in Iraq or Syria, but like this European war right now, I think it's a bit interesting. You know what I mean? It's a bit interesting because, I don't think Putin, I don't know how you pronounce his name correctly, but Putin, I don't think he's playing when it comes to them nuclear weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't hear about nuclear weapons when you're in Syria, when you're in Iraq, when you're in the Middle East. But this guy right here, I don't think he's playing with those weapons. And then what's to happen after he releases one of those missiles? Like you can't take that back. What's gonna happen? The catastrophe. Like what's gonna happen? How is that gonna affect the atmosphere, the planet, the people, the birds, the trees, the water? Like, I don't know. It's real interesting.
Yep, and they just backed out of the last treaty, the last nuclear treaty they have. Russia just backed out of it, said we're no longer part of that arms treaty or whatever.
Yeah, just to keep everything at peace. Like, look at those treaties to be like, okay, cool. Whatever's said, amongst the treaty keeps everything at peace. So if he's backing out, you got a wild coyote with nuclear weapons.
Oh no, yeah, that's about to be a problem. that's about to be a problem. I think what was said, I forgot the name of the what was said was and it's after I think they just did the NATO summit in Poland, right? So I mean, because it just came on the news, and the NATO summit just happened in Poland, right, just a few minutes ago,
Yeah,
or sometime today.
And again, these conversations happens with this battle with us, with you guys, because we consider you guys as smart people. So because battle rappers are smart people, so we figured let's have these type of dialogue in order for us to get this type of conversation going. So when you get with the fellas, you blowing smoke, or you have your little cipher, or you might be even on a porch with your cousins and uncles that could have this type of conversation that Poland is involved now. Poland wasn't involved before. It was just suggestions that was coming from the United States to Ukraine, how to maneuver and support. Now Poland is involved, NATO's involved, and it's like so now you got NATO and Poland, so which is a part of NATO, and then that's the whole beef. They wanted to have Ukraine a part of NATO. This is what they were pushing for. They were pushing for Ukraine and Georgia, the country, to be a part of NATO, and that's what people like. I can't have NATO over here with Ukraine and Georgia. I can't be happening in my backyard. Matter of fact, I'm taking Georgia, and Ukraine's not really a country anyway, so I'm taking that. So now you have United States over there in Poland having meetings and stuff like that, dealing with NATO to really increase the level of the war. What does that mean? That's going to affect the American people. It's going to affect our backyard.
I just went to President of Russia, Kremlin.ru. I'm like, damn, I hope they ain't all up in my
your IP address.
Yeah, man. Like, listen, man. Goodness gracious. But I wanted to find out because it was a statement that was just made, and I think he was saying something about the fact that they shipping all of those weapons close to our borders means that they're gonna have to take some sort of action. That's what they kept repeating.
Moscow, yeah. I was like, where's Moscow at? Moscow's the capital of Russia. You have to understand. You have to really peep what's going on, y'all. And like, ring the bell, subscribe. This is real live action that's going on right now. It's not funny. I know I'm gonna have a smile on my face, but it's more so like, I don't know. I'm not laughing at the situation, but it's just like I've been reading about this thing for over decades and decades and decades, and to be living it right now, it's just like it's like a told you so type mentality. Because Dr. York been dropping this thing in his books for 30 years, 40 years plus. You follow what I'm saying? And it's happening just like a play out of a book. You know what I mean? So I could say, y'all got to really pay attention to figure out how are you going to help you and yours. Do you have an escape route? Once you hear that horn, that emergency horn, what are you going to do? Like, do you have a plan? And if not, it's time to start putting a plan together, man. Word. What's his name? YSL Woody. Snitching, talking about murders or murders to happen. Either which way, he was just letting it all hang out. But like him now, he's like, he's a target. He done put himself in a position where, like, how did that surveillance get released? Like, how does that get leaked? You know what I mean? That's from the police station. Like how did you just leak that? You know what I mean? So I don't understand.
That's money. That's if you ask me, that's Leo Cohen.
And
that's Kevin Lyles. Having them in the back, you know what I'm saying? They leveraged that. They leveraged their connections. They made some phone calls. And they strategize that.
So how does that help? How does that help Young Thug?
I mean, I'm sure somebody could pick apart that video and say, look how they was influencing him. I don't know, but I think, like I said on the last show, I think that he's gonna get off because it's just too much stuff that's been made public. Like, I don't know, like the phone, him getting the phone shut down or whatever, they sequestered whatever. I don't know, that's not the word, right? Sequestered is when they call on somebody. Either way, I think when they shut down the evidence from the phone, I think that was the first thing. The second thing is that they could barely pick a jury. And then the third thing is that, it seems that they not able to. It seems that, I don't know, that video footage getting out, that ain't supposed to happen like that.
Nah,
that ain't supposed. So that might make even Woody.
That's crazy.
Be like, you know what? I don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I don't know, but I think.
Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. It's debatable. Dealing with a little bit of technical difficulties. How do you do that? Dealing with a little bit of technical difficulties. I appreciate you guys coming on to listen to us chop it up with you all. You know. And we're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. So what was that? You know, the fact that they found this man's, or the whole thing about Woody, YSL Woody, you know, being caught up. You know, like, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? I think he's going to go ahead. They got a plastic surgery. They got to give him everything. All they got to protect him. You know what I mean? Like, they just can't just put him out the station like that. You know what I mean? Because like I was saying before, you heard how the lady was talking to him. Like, you know, she was saying, like, yeah, I've been dealing with you for a minute. I mean, your mom, what you went through, what happened to you, your grandmoms and all that, and they just utilize that to leverage us, you know, to betray him. That's a betrayal right there. If that's not a betrayal, I don't know what is.
That definitely is. Definitely is. But it definitely shows you, like, if they want, it shows you kind of who they support too, because Young Thug's getting a lot of support, you know, from his label and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting, you know. But like I said earlier, I do think they involved in making sure that he comes out. That's what I think. Even though I know there was some talk about the fact that a few people were suing him. Who was suing him? Somebody was suing him because it was some shows that they had. He had it fulfilled. He took an advance on some shows.
It wasn't Universal.
And
it was
he took an advance. And he was doing the shows, and then he was supposed to only do exclusive shows per that agreement, and then he was going to do his own shows and pocketing the money. So while he was in jail, they went ahead and went back and sued him. But it just shows you how they got their hands. It's people with an agenda, people with money, people with power, organized, and unfortunately, you know, us as Africans in America, Black Americans, we don't really. There's a lot of us with money, but we're not really in position to organize and strategize.
We're not
to like bring down or to support. You know, it's just crazy.
We're nowhere near organized or in control. Like, this is why this type of conversation is for smart people, and we know battle rappers are smart people, and you know, y'all gotta really look at what's going on for what it really is. When do we really put our minds together and get organized to prevent certain catastrophes that's to take place in our communities? You know what I mean? Like, that's why I keep asking them, what are y'all gonna do? What's the exit strategy? What's the, you know, fail safe? Like, what do y'all have in mind? You know, or do you have anything in mind?
Right.
You know, it's like which is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it becomes a situation where we have to really look at it for what it really is. And once we start looking at it for what it really is, it helps our future, man.
Right.
It literally helps our future, because I'm kind of lost for words, because I've never seen nothing like that just come out like that. Like, you know, years later, first 24, stuff like that. But this right here, that's like, you know, that's like when your man came around the corner and gave him the Percocet pills. That's just reckless like that. Like, how does that, you know, like, how? Like, we're living in a day right now. There's a lot of confusing things going on right now. You know what I mean? Like, Never seen that before. Like that's weird.
Yeah,
Like
nah,
that's
it is.
crazy.
Nah, it definitely
See, I
is.
definitely got to protect that boy. And if he gets shot up or get caught out somewhere, come on, man. That's a foul.
It
That's a
definitely,
foul. So that's a serious foul.
it definitely is. Definitely is. Shouts out to Cannabis doing his runs right now, man.
Yeah, cannabis,
All
man.
over. That's a. I like that artist, man. Because at the end of the day, Cannabis, he wasn't representing a lot of what's being represented nowadays, man. But I like that he's getting his second run right now. I can really feel that. You know what I mean? And you know, yeah, man, straight up. But he's on Math Off. I didn't see the Math Off interview, but I definitely saw the interview with your man. What's it called? What's his name? Nims. Like I said, I was really feeling that.
Yo, that
Nims
NIMS
platform.
podcast is crazy.
Yeah, I was definitely feeling that.
That's really a dope platform. But the thing about it is, I've seen, other outside podcasts, but it just seems like they got it. I guess because he got the podium with the logo in front of the store. You know what I mean? He got his guys right there. He letting his guys talk. I don't know. It just fit. It really just fit. So I really shouts out to that, man. Being innovative, being creative. You know what I'm saying? And having cats like Cannabis on your platform is dope to me. Talking about where he's from. I know he was from Jamaica. You know what I mean? And he knows hip hop. He knows hip hop. From what I saw, he knows hip hop for real, for real. So like, that's what's up.
He definitely does, man. He definitely does. Yeah, man. I definitely want to see that guy. Just lyrically, would love to hear what his music sounds like right now. I mean, he said he got like 4,000 songs.
Something crazy.
I said that's an ill catalog right there,
That's
man. When
crazy.
cats buying catalogs right there, that's valuable in 2023. You know, that cats investing in those things right there, seeing the what's it called, the residuals from that, you know. So I'm feeling that. I didn't know he even had a catalog that extensive. But yeah, man, shouts out to Cannabis, man. Definitely want to see him go at it again. Yeah, I mean, I said, we met his father, we met his pops, man, down in Georgia. That's how I learned that he was Jamaican. I forgot that he was Jamaican. But his pops gave us his number back then, like, yo, when we was talking about it, right around when we did Keith Murray versus Fred
Right.
But I think did we ever reach out to him? Reached out to him.
Nah, the
don't
number's
know. I
still the
can't-
same, you think?
No. But I'm just wondering if I ever reached out. I mean, getting his contact wouldn't be hard. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty easy. But I'm just wondering if we talk to him. We talked to a lot of cats in the past when we putting together these events. You know what I'm saying? To see if they're fit for it. You know what I mean? If they up to it. Things of that nature. So yeah,
And your Boosie mad right now.
at Ti, right?
Man, he called them a rat.
Right.
It's a whole lot of rat.
Yeah, that's his man. I mean, I don't.
They're supposed to do a song together.
No, they did a whole album together.
Come on.
Yeah, not a song. They did a whole album together. They were supposed their album was supposed to compete with, or they would
What's it called? The number? 21 Savage and Drake.
exactly.
Why he call him a rat?
Because he snitched on his cousin.
Because T.I. snitched on his own cousin?
Yeah, his dead cousin. Yeah, his
His dead cousin?
Yeah,
I
man.
don't
I
understand.
guess it was during the time of when he got caught with the guns. I don't know when and how it happened, but basically he gave them a murder or something that
He gave him something.
his dead cousin did. Yeah, at some point. I don't know exactly when. But yeah, that's what was said, man. But yeah, man. Shouts out to Big Gip. Big Gip is going hard right now.
He's making his run?
On the interviews, but he do not like, and shouts out to Gully TV, because I was listening to the news say like he do not like up north, yo. He do not like up north rappers, man. Like,
What he say? He said if Tupac was alive,
Right.
Jay-Z would not be where he's at right now.
Exactly. And then he said that Puffy ain't had a hit since 2002. I don't know how realistic that is. I mean, I can't really, but you made me think. I can't really think of no big hits. He's trying to compare him to Jermaine Dupri, but I don't know, man. His older hits, man, I don't think that's a battle, man. I think, yeah, the moment Diddy start playing all that old Biggie and
He got
the Locks,
He got classics like.
and who else, man?
He got Escape. He got
Yeah,
Locks.
man,
He got
man.
he got
Yeah.
Biggie.
I
He
get-
got Little Kim.
Didn't they say
He
he's
got-
supposed to do their verses already?
He got Craig Mack. He got Mace. He got G Dep. He got Loon. He got a lot. Yo.
Right. Didn't they say they were supposed to do their verses already?
I don't think Diddy gonna do it though. Like, he's like, for what? Like, come on, man.
Right.
Give me somebody else. I think he said, give me Dr. Dre or somebody. The conversation was, if you want to give me somebody, give me a Dr. Dre or somebody. Come on, Jermaine. Come on. He kind of did like, come on. After Chris Cross, then what? He did.
Right.
That was funny. After Chris Cross, then
He
what?
said that?
Yeah. He was throwing shots at him. But I remember saying something about Chris Cross and that was kind of funny because during that time it was Chris Cross the Brat,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Chris Cross the Brat and a bunch of young kid catalogs, Usher. They were all kids. Like you had kids, and you was making yourself look like a child at the same time because you was an adult. Looking like Chris Cross, and
Yeah.
he was a part of it.
Yeah. I like Jermaine Dupri's come up though. I like how he came up. I like the fact that he was a dancer, right?
Yeah, he's a beat boy.
Yeah, for Houdini, right?
Yeah, he's a
Somebody
beat
was
boy,
on tour with Houdini or one of them old school groups. So
Yeah.
I really appreciate the fact that he got that type of background in hip hop. I mean, that's what 50 years of hip hop is about. I think. You know what I'm saying? People just like that. People that been in it and been in different elements, you know what I'm saying? Went from b-boying to producing or b-boying to DJing, b-boying to MCing, MCing to b-boying, whatever, however they flip it up, like rest in peace K Slay. The fact that K Slay went from graffiti right into DJing, man, nothing but respect for that guy.
Just to let y'all know, we got an incredible interview with K Slay before he passed away. Rest in peace.
That's a fact.
We just, we're gonna put it out, tastefully. You know what I'm saying? Like we respect the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, how he was saying, culture vultures.
Mm-hmm.
We from that era. We know how to do it correctly. We respect the culture, man.
Nah, that's 100%.
Yeah. But rest in peace, K Slay, man. You know what I mean? Good look. I mean, that's like, and he ain't beat us over the head either, man. You know what I mean? He showed love in our engagement, doing what we did for the Vado Saigon battle. He could have knocked this right square across our head.
Yeah, he could.
You know what I'm saying? But he did for the interviews, for anything, and he kept it strictly business. It was 100. You know what I mean? I really appreciate that because a lot of cats come through with their name, and like because of their name, there's a certain amount of racks that comes with their name, rightfully so. But he did it different. He kept it a G. Like we've been knowing him, like we've been dealing with him, and that love, we felt that love. You know what I'm saying? So that's what got me speaking right now about that, man. Shouts out to K Slay again.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. When you go on like CNN.com, bro, it's nothing but negative everything, bro. The beginning and the end. They got the polar ice caps. They got Ukraine will never be a victory for Russia, right? They got the war going on.
Mm-hmm.
Got Poland getting in the war. Starbucks CEO saying that everything is going sour for young people. You follow what I'm talking about? Whoever this is, seriously ill. You know what I'm talking about? Venice canals start to run dry. Like, god damn. Like, yo.
Venice?
Yeah, Venice.
Oh,
that's crazy,
Venice
though.
is that spot where everything is on water.
Yeah.
Cats go through there to get romance on those boats and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's the spot you go to. That's run dry. That's interesting.
Not no more.
That's interesting.
So Don Lemon made some sexist remarks on CNN. Don Lemon, to return to CNN, will undergo formal training following sexist comments, network boss says. No, not the pretty boy. He gay too, right?
No, he gay. He's
officially
married.
Right?
He got a white husband.
See, come on, man.
Yeah, but
of course he's gonna have issues with women. I was just thinking about that the other day.
Yeah, but that's what
gay people don't like women.
But see, that's what got
right? Is that not a fact?
But the fact that he's gay,
right?
That's how he's able to come back. You know what I'm saying?
Or that's 100%. 100%. I know that. But I didn't even know he got kicked off.
Any other way, you would have been fired. You've been fired and fried, and that's it.
Wow.
But you're able to come back and take classes, and
wow.
I'm okay. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah,
that's definitely crazy, man. But hey, man, it is what it is, man. That is the United States for ya.
That's crazy. It's crazy, man. Hey, yo, so what else we got, man? What else we got going on, man? Yo, shouts out to Chris Brown. Young lady passed out during this. I don't know if it's a young lady. Passed out during his show. He stopped the show to make sure that everything was okay.
Oh, that's what's up.
Because I think not Travis.
Yeah.
It was Travis.
Travis Scott.
Travis
Yeah.
Scott.
After that, you gotta make sure.
Yeah, shoot. Travis Scott kept the show going.
Yeah, but did he see the people falling out?
He said, people were flying, dying, and a couple of people kept the show going.
Right.
So shouts out to Chris Brown to making sure that that don't go on his watch. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty dope.
Yeah, Remy Ma actually said that Gunna didn't snitch. That's what she said. That's her take on it. Also, his lawyers are coming out saying that he didn't snitch. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
That's good, though.
It's a lot.
Because it's all about the paperwork. You know what I mean? The interpretation is the interpretation, but at the end of the day, it's about that paperwork. If the paperwork ain't right, you know what I mean? You messed up. But if the paperwork is right, you're good. That's what goes back to Dr. York. Dr. York paperwork is stellar. You know what I mean? Like, his paperwork is stellar. You follow what I'm saying? To the point where they asked the judge to recuse himself, and he didn't want to recuse himself. To the point where it was a hung jury. You follow what I'm saying? Think about it. It's child molestation, right? So if it's child molestation, so you say, then why not just be straight to the point? Now, one of them jurors said, that man's out to get him. She's seen it before. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all about the paperwork, you know what I'm saying? But nobody really want to go into checking on the paperwork for Dr. York, which is cool. But I just want to just bring that up. So for Remy to be like, she's standing behind Gunna, that's interesting, because I didn't see the paperwork, nor did I try to go into that for paperwork. But but the fact that because she's been through her situation and she did time and everything else, so for her to say, okay, he ain't snitched, then that's interesting, because a lot of people don't recognize that people do take plea deals. 95% all federal cases go to a plea deal. And then pleas. So like 95%. It's almost 100%. You follow what I'm saying? So, but that's another conversation.
No, it's the same conversation. I think it's the mindset.
It's debatable.
The mindset is people don't know. I think that's a big thing. I think the fact that people don't know, meaning like a person like Lil Boosie, I don't think he knows statistically how things work. I don't think I think if like you always say, if you knew better, he'd do better.
Lil Boosie?
Yeah, I don't think he knows that 97% of people that go to trial but I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of complicated, because these guys, it's not like they was pushing the best, it's not like, you're talking about common sense or most deaf getting charged with, you know what I mean? These guys that's already talking that's the world and the life that they live in. And then, so it's one hand, you're real, and then, but then when the police come, you're not real, you know what I'm saying?
Man, when the police come,
right, but before that, you're real, you know what I'm saying? So now it's just music. And it's just something for us to think about, because when they making the music, and they on the clubhouses and they on the different platforms, they basically show how real they are. But then when they in trial, then it's like it was all acting and stuff like that. I mean, so
all you gotta
that's
do is
basically what they have to deal with at this point. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a fact.
At the end of the day, it's like that's like the what's it called? This, I guess, on one hand, you're getting money because you're pushing something that everybody wants. They want to hear the street stuff. They want to hear how dangerous you are. They want to hear, how many heads you could knock off. You know what I'm saying? And then while you get money, it's great. And then the downside of it is if you get caught up, this type of situation, or somebody, God forbid, has to be shot. You know what I'm saying? Now, all they know, unless you're in the state of New York, where Reform was able to go ahead and put in position, where they can't use your lyrics, but shoot, every other state, I don't know what states they've been able to get that law implemented in, but shit, every other state, they're gonna be looking at what you're saying. They're gonna utilize your track record against you. So, I mean, I guess it comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them guys are really well off from selling that. So, it's just like, I guess, drugs. You know, a lot of people was well off from selling drugs.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? You know, and from, you know, the other side of it was, you know, if you got caught, you know, you gotta go to jail, or
Right.
because you're dealing with illegal substances. You know, people could try to stick you up. You can't call the cops because
Yeah.
who you gonna tell? Selling something illegal.
Right.
So I mean, that's just, I guess that's just part of it. You know what I mean? So I be trying to tell my son, I be like, look, discipline yourself so nobody else has to discipline you. So you know, you can
Facts.
put your hours and time into something that you love. You know what I'm saying? And it can be successful. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
And
fact.
a lot of people probably gonna tell you, I don't know, get a job, do something, do this so you can make money. You know. But then, you know, what happens is that takes away from your ability to make your 10,000 hours and commit into that space for you to be a master in that space. So, I mean, you know, so I say discipline yourself. It's not going to be easy.
No, it's not.
But, you know, go hard, you know what I'm saying? Sacrifice, you know what I mean? You know, and you'll get the things that you know, visualize, if that makes sense.
Nah, it makes total sense, man. And on that right there, I want to say something that just happened today, really real, like real. Because you know, I got a little group with my nephews, my sons, and my nieces, and we have a group together, and we was chopping it up. And one of my nephew said to my son, his cousin, like, yo, cause my son be making music. He was like, you know, how my son is lonely. Like, you know, how he needs to get some friends, because every time he does some video, there's nobody in the video. So I came in, I said, you know, a lot of the kids that's his age are pill poppers, you know what I mean, or steppers, you know what I mean, shooters and stuff like that. So I'd rather him have 2 or 3 friends and versus have a lot of friends that's gonna get him in trouble. So my nephew puts into the feed how one of his friends just went to jail for killing a 13-year-old. I said, man, why he killed a 13-year-old? I said, well, let's just say, you know, he said, well, let's just say that's what happened to his sister. I'm like, damn. So I guess for my take on it is, his sister got killed, so he went and killed the shooter's sister. So now he's going to jail forever. You follow what I'm saying? And in perpetuating violence that's been groomed within a society where it was never like that. You know what I'm saying? No children, no women. That was the, I'm saying. Matter of fact, no shooting around when dealing with civilians.
Right.
So now it becomes a situation where if you can't find the shooter, you go get the immediate family member. You know what I mean? So it's on the front page of Boston Herald right now.
Wow.
So my thing is, like, you know, off of what you're saying, it's like, you know, it's all about that mindset that we've talked about in the previous shows, and it's more so important now, more so now than ever, to make sure that you control the mindset of your young people that's around you, whether they're your immediate relative, sibling, what have you. Gotta help control it, because the older ones, some of them don't know. But the ones that do know, you're responsible. You know what I mean? So even to check your older peer, like, yo, look, I mean, you shouldn't be doing that. You was doing that 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You're grown now, man. You shouldn't be doing this right now, man. You can't be letting the little kids see you do X, Y, Z, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? We got to take control of that in order to take control of our, you know, immediate community in order to do better. We have to know better to do better. We just got to. You know what I mean? There's too much out here for us to feed off of, whether it's the YouTube, whether it's, you know, whatever it is. There's too much out there to feed off of to really feed the mind, man. So I totally agree with you, man, and it makes total sense.
No, that's 100%, man. That's 100%. Yeah, man. Outside of that, man, shouts out to Erica Badu. I guess she was just on Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? That's what's up. I guess she got her own line of cannabis doing her thing. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
fact.
Shoot. All I know that she got some type of thing going on where she mesmerized cats, and then, you know, at any given time she gotta let you go when she ready to let you go.
Right.
Or if not, you know what I'm saying? You're caught like Medusa stuck.
Right. Right. Something like that. Definitely. Definitely. But yeah, man. Outside of that, it's definitely going crazy right now. So stay focused. Um, definitely inform yourself as much as possible. Um, look at things from as many different perspectives as you can, not just your own. Sometimes, you know what I mean. Try to take yourself out. So try to empathize with scenarios so you can kind of see things, you know, outside the box, right? That's what they say, right? Outside the box. So if you're able to do that, then you can kind of, you know, because we be in the box a lot of times, you know what I mean? And we in our own head a lot of times, like, you know, obviously and that'll help calm down situations that don't need to escalate, you know, if that makes sense, you know what I mean?
For sure.
But yeah, man, but I think, you know what I mean, I think this is it's a great day and time, man. It's a lot of opportunity, you know what I mean? All the changes are really in our favor, you know what I'm saying? Even when you look at music, battle rap, you know what I mean? It's the time for battle rap right now. Like, you know, people want to see people like independence. Independence is where it's at, you know what I mean? So it's not like 20 years ago where cats didn't know where to go. You know what I mean? Cats only knew they rapping on the streets trying to figure it out because they couldn't get a deal because they wasn't rapping on what you know what the what they call it consensus was. You know, so now you know we really could do what we want, but because we've been molded and shaped by what's been in our environment for the last 10, 20 years, we tend to still gravitate to about, you know, towards talking about the same thing. So the same way that we encourage y'all to open your minds, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do our best when we on this platform to be, you know, as you know, across the board as possible and from different perspectives as possible. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Man, yo, happy birthday to Rihanna, man. I know a lot going on with her with the Super Bowl, but today's her birthday.
Wow.
She turns 35.
Crazy.
Yeah, happy birthday to her.
That's what's up.
And I think the brat, I'm trying to figure out, is it the brat that got pregnant or is it her wife? You know, the brat is celebrating the fact that, you know, she got a baby coming. I'm just trying to figure out, is it her that's carrying the child?
I doubt it.
Or is
She's kind of old now.
She's 48 years old.
Right.
Expecting a child 48. You know, so I don't know. Congratulations.
That's a fact. Gosh. All right, y'all. We out.
Debatable. So how about to get to this bread?